I'm actually gonna, if they have, one of them has game audio going, I'm gonna switch to it. We'll see. We'll use hippos maybe? Perfect. Alrighty, and we are off. Oh boy. Richard was having a really good board, and where is the yellow right now? That took way too many pills to give him that yellow. It's always the yellow. Stalling him out for almost a good 10 seconds, I want to say. It just did not want to come. So that's going to give Hippo a little bit of a lead, even though it looked like Richard had a more favorable board at the beginning. Richard's got to deal with a bunch of viruses in that center column, which might be a little bit bad, but he's making really good use with it. He's going to get that double virus clear for the blues in the middle there. Hippo looking like to have himself a really good board right now. He's just going to have, wow, 2 double yellow pills to finish it off right now. Really good level 2 for him. It's only a minute 20 in and he's moving on to level 3. Really good pace for the first couple levels. I mean, it doesn't determine too much in a 0 to 20 race, but you get a good mindset moving forward. And it puts him in a good, probably 20 to 30 second lead already at the beginning of this match, as Richard's been having a little bit of trouble here to begin things off. Hippo's got himself kind of a mess over on the right side. He's gonna have to dig himself out to get to the red virus down there. Luckily it's not too buried, but he's gonna need to clear that yellow pill as well, unless he's going for some kind of drop. I don't know, we'll monitor this and see what he's going for. I think he'll just end up clearing. Oh, he'll go for a horizontal at the bottom. Looking for a double red now. Beautiful. That was a good weight, and the pill came in enough time, so it wasn't too much of a gamble. Got Richard, who's looking to set up a couple horizontals, I think, at the bottom. He'll most likely try to go for a vertical on the blues, I want to say, and then follow up with a horizontal for the reds. If he would have waited... Oh! Okay, never mind. I didn't even notice the blues falling at the right. That's why these guys are here and I'm eliminated from the tournament. It's because they have better vision than me. That was a pretty good drop by Richard there, so keeping it level for level right now, even though Hippo just finished level 4, moving on to 5. Hippo's got himself a nice horizontal setup at the bottom there. Clear off all the yellow viruses on that bottom row. Just one will be left at the right, and he's getting some good pills to finish off this board. This might be a sub 4 if he can get this quick enough. I don't know, that blue virus is a little bit buried though. Yeah, just a little bit above it, but good pace for him as he's basically lapped Richard already. Moving on to level 6 here. Hippo definitely is one of the most consistent people. That's why he is our number 2 seed. But man, I feel like compared to a regular race and tournament races, he's been stepping it up so far in bracket. He got a 33-minute time, I think, in his first round. He's well on pace to replicate that performance or even get a better one. Got Richard with some pills stuck up on that top right side. guess, overcomplicating situations a little bit, and that's why we kind of saw this on his first race on Sunday as well. This worked really, really well for his late game because he had a lot of viruses to work with, and then like his creativity was letting him get some really, really good boards. But his like beginning 10 were a little bit slow because I guess he was going for tricky stuff, and it just ended up wasting more time for him right now. As you can see, he is a whole level down right now, almost about to get lapped in viruses too. Hippo's sitting at 30 and he's at 23. But that's alright. Like we said, this is the beginning game. Leads will establish a little bit by RNG or a little bit by how you're playing. But it all comes down to that end game if you're making specific mistakes that cost you a lot of time. I've liked what I've been seeing from Hippo so far. He's been making use of some really, really good clears. Most of them, if he had an opportunity to get 2 viruses in 1 clear, he's taken advantage of a lot of them. Man, he's on good pace for the 0 to 10 time right now, about 6:25 in and starting level 8. Richard got that big drop on the left side. Gonna finish off level 6 for him as well. Still that solid level lead behind. He's got a bunch of red viruses piled up at the top here. If he can get like a double red. He needs to set something on top of that middle red virus. There he goes. And now hopefully, there it is. Yes, clearing those 4 viruses at the same time. That's gonna free up a lot of space and get rid of a bunch of viruses without wasting any time. So good patience by him and knowing what to do with the pills he was getting while waiting for the double red, because it took a little while. The only problem is, though, he's only got 2 red viruses left and they're both buried at the bottom, so he's going to need to make quick work of this board. And Hippo's going to be finishing this out at sub 8 here. Still a pretty nice time there. If he, what is that? Yeah, 1.5 minute averages, he will get a 10-minute time, which should be definitely reasonable for him. Richard's been like finishing the previous level right as Hippo finishes, so it means he's still gradually losing time to Hippo, but kind of making it close at the same time. Ooh, he's going for a dangerous build right now. It ended up working out, not like producing any garbage as well. Props to him for seeing like that far below. He goes with these like elaborate plans and they work off most of the time. I have seen sometimes if he does work on a specific plan and doesn't realize some of the garbage that is on top, it kind of puts him off in a bit of a worse situation. But he's playing quick enough to like kind of resolve any plan that kind of backfires. Yeah, this should be a free 10 for Hippo. He's got 2 minutes to finish level 10. Oh yeah, I guess that is true. As ACM points, his score is actually higher than Hippo's, so he is like a combo guy. He looks for a lot of combos, which can be good because it does clear a lot of viruses. But I guess it can be slow in situations too, because you gotta wait for pills to drop and whatnot. You can see that a lot of a lot of his Puyo game is influenced by his Dr. Mario game, because that game is all about combos. He had a couple chances to get a blue horizontal in the middle there, and he's gonna go for it now, but he could have got it way earlier with the other virus already sitting there. Hippo's got himself a little bit of a mess. I wasn't paying attention with that red and yellow pill. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, or backwards pill placement. But he's still got 30 seconds to finish off the rest of the level for a 10-minute time. Should be really, really easy now with 7 viruses left. Yeah, it'll be close actually. He's got a bunch of yellows left, so I think he's gonna get it. Yeah, he's got it. Head of his PB right now too. Or no, he's doing average splits, I guess. Or I don't know. He's got an average segment and then another segment that's different from the average but looks like an average, because that's not his PB. There's Richard looking for those big combos again. Managed to get a bunch of pills clearing at the same time there. But as you can see, it kind of like messed up his right side right now. He's got a lot of blues where he doesn't want them, so he's gonna have to spend some extra time to clear that. And there's still like a extra yellow pill waiting there as well. So it looks like the combos have been his killer right now. I like watching Hippo. I've been racing with him a lot recently, trying to learn more about my play, because we've been like analyzing and each other's play styles and things like that. And I'd say a lot with what Richard's doing is kind of a little bit myself. He's definitely more of a flashy player than me, but sometimes you just want to keep it simple and not go for something really, really complicated. My big thing was when I first started getting into this game, as a lot of people did, you know, they didn't focus a lot on horizontals, and horizontals are a good tool to have in your gameplay. But if you kind of like overanalyze it and look for horizontals too much of the time, then it can lead to some garbage where you don't want it to be, and just costing you more time in the long run. So Hippo told me, you know, keep it simple. If you see an opportunity for a horizontal, take it. If it might take a little while, maybe go for your plan for a second, but if it's going to screw something up later on, just abandon it and go for some verticals, go for the guaranteed clears. Because if you manage to just clear your viruses at a quick pace, efficiently, nothing too fancy, and you're just consistent, that's usually what brings out the best time. Got himself in a little bit of a mess right now. He's got that yellow and blue pill in the center there on Hippo's side. Curious to see how he's gonna work around this. He's got a sea of yellows and a couple reds at the top, and there's only 5 blue viruses it looks like, and they're like all towards the bottom. So it's gonna be hard to work around this blue I can't speak, shortage. Alright, so it's been like ever since the beginning, when like Richard kind of had that trolley level 1, it kind of put him back so much to keep this, like, it's not really the same deficit because it kind of slowly increases, but it looks like he's just a level behind the whole time. which is most likely where it's going to be until the very end game. He might fall a little bit more behind. Because it's like maybe 5 or 10 more viruses each level. But he's been able to maintain this. That's what's kind of been looking like Richard's doing so far in this mid-game. I've seen a couple little fancy combos, but he's like calmed it down a little bit and he's looking for just smart plays right now. And I think if he was playing the same as he did the first like couple rounds, doing a little bit of fancy things that kind of backfired a little bit, it would have put him a bit more behind. But so far, I think it's about 60 viruses between them. I'll try to compare that level by level, because it looks like Richard will finish shortly before Hippo does on each one of these levels. Because right now he's 7 viruses ahead, but on the level before, obviously. So we'll be able to compare, because they'll be on the same level just for a little bit. So he's got a horizontal set up with the blue over there. Just gotta wait for some yellows again. 1646 for 12. Alright, so he is 51 viruses, 53. Like in the 50 range. I'll keep a note on that as he gets to 14 as well. Unless like Hippo finishes before him, which is very plausible. Richard's top of his board has like a bunch of viruses that are linked together. I think he should be able to get quite a few double clears here. I think he meant to I don't know what he was trying to do with that double red. It might have been a misplacement. Like he saw both of the horizontals that he could have gotten and didn't take either of them. I don't know. It wasn't the best play for sure. And now he still has like a good chunk of red viruses at the right side, and he could have cleared off 2 of them. He did get 1 of them though. Hippo's got a pretty favorable bottom of the board too. He's got like a staircase of yellows to the left side. He can go for verticals or horizontals and clear a good chunk of them. I think he's gonna look for yellow and blue. Or red and yellow that'll clear off the horizontal for the yellows on Hippo's side too. So he's getting a good finish for this level. And then Richard's just got to get this last blue virus here. He's going to need to dig it up a little bit though, but that won't take too much longer. Still allowed Hippo to catch up a lot, like towards the end there, and he's going to extend his lead out a little bit more, I want to say. Yeah. 60 viruses basically now, so he's gaining around, it looks like 5 to 10 viruses per stage. He might be able to finish 15 at around the 21-minute mark, which would be really, really good. That means for Hippo, he would probably be on pace for a 33. Oh, that was a really nice play with the yellows at the bottom there. He slipped that first double yellow just at the horizontal spot, and he managed to get two more, and it just worked out perfectly to like clear everything without any waste. The only problem with that is the rest of the yellow virus is kind of buried, but you know how to make do with that. I think one thing that's helped my game get better is just knowing what to do in situations like that where, oh, bad backwards pill placement by Hippo up there. That'll happen from time to time. But like, just knowing what to do when one virus color may be buried and you don't have an immediate position to, like, let's say there's no yellow viruses visible but you get a yellow pill. You kind of want to place it to where it can be satisfied with a blue yellow and a red yellow, somewhere in between, so you can just build side by side to it and just start clearing off those viruses next to it and uncover a yellow virus eventually. Yep. And Hippo just finished 15 at sub 22. Good stuff for him. As Richard's just starting 15. So, yeah, still over a 60 virus lead right now. Yeah, we're gonna get to see what Hippo does a little bit with this board right now when he has an excess of reds at the top. Just places that yellow in the middle there, and he knows it's not really bothering anything for the time being. I hate when you get those patterns though. It's like you have all reds at the top, then you work on clearing all the reds, and then it just happens to be like all blues or all yellows next. It's hard to find that even color distribution, because sometimes you have to like unevenly build, because like one side of the board it's just littered with the same color, so you can't just be working on that same side over and over. I think Richard is racing against, unless I don't think I have the screens backwards. No. Richard's racing against his Summit Best, I believe, which is a 33-43, I want to say. Unless that's really his PB, that would be pretty impressive. But he's like losing time on every single split, so I doubt that. He finishes up his 15 in a 24, so pretty good for him too. Probably on pace for a 38 or a 37 for him. Hippo following right back up. The good thing for Richard is this late game he's doing pretty good with, because he's still like 60 viruses behind. That gap has not like grown any right now. Guess he's just really, really good at late game. You get more viruses to work with, so you get to be more creative. Kind of like that move right there. That was pretty good. Presence of mind to put the double red at the top there, so drop down. Or double blue, I can't remember. There's too many colors always flashing at the same time on this game. Way too easy to mistake one for the other. Even though there's only 3 different ones, whatever. Oh, and backwards pill placement for Richard as well. I'm not sure why he put the double blue on top. Maybe he's going for something really, really fancy, but I don't see an immediate benefit for it right now. He just ended up clearing it. That little hold up actually managed to catch Hippo up a little bit, and he's gonna lose a little bit this time. I jinxed him by saying he was actually keeping up right now. He's gonna go for a horizontal for... He did want to go for the yellows as well, but he ended up just clearing the blues first there, which is fine. Yeah, Richard's gonna be close to 70 viruses behind right now. This was not the fastest stage for him. That was close to 3 minutes for 16. Yeah, 75 viruses behind, I want to say. So we got Hippo. He's pretty much outplayed him at every single level. The last couple ones have been really close in what the times were, but he's had this steady 1 level lead the whole game, and I don't see it slipping up right now. With only 3 to go, he would need some kind of a top out or a really, really big mistake that would waste a lot of time. Because at this point in time, Richard is close to 2 to 3 minutes behind right now. I love when horizontals just line up everywhere on the bottom. I think he's going to look to get the yellow as well. Instead just opts for the vertical, but building upward, he's still got the horizontal later. He's dealing with a bunch of red viruses bearing his left side though. So he's going to have to work around this a little bit, especially that very left column has 9 viruses in it right now, stacked up really, really high, and they're all like a different color going down. None of them are doubled up. It'll take a little bit of time to clear that out. With that hold up now, Richard's been gaining a little bit of time right now. This is a little bit of what he needs. He needs Hippo to not get any of the colors that he wants right now. But he managed to make up quite a few right now. 60 viruses again behind. but with 2 levels to go, it's been the same gap for a while. It's gonna be really, really hard to come back. Yeah, it was a pretty slow level for Hippo. Like, I think that level was 3 minutes and 20 seconds. His splits are so small on my screen, it's hard to see it. Yeah, he's on pace for a 35-minute time right now, which is probably, well, it's definitely good enough to win right now. If Richard got a 35 from this time, I would be really, really impressed. I wonder if it would be even possible. You got like 5.5 minutes of... Yeah, I guess it would be possible from here, but you would need to play some damn good Dr. Mario and get really, really lucky too. And with the middle of his board right now, I see like a bunch of yellows and blues stacked up. Oh, that's gonna be a mess to dig out right now. I've had that happen quite a few times. If he gets the horizontal here, this will actually work out really, really well for him with the yellows, and then he might be able to get a blue horizontal as well. And that'll clear up a lot for him. Yep, that's what he goes for. Managed to clean up the garbage nicely, I'll give him that. Only with that last blue pill up top there. Got Hippo's side, haven't been paying attention to him for a second. Looks like he's had a little bit of a sluggish start for 19, still dealing with a couple of viruses up high on the left side there. Able to clear them out as soon as they talk about them though. Still around that same lead. Richard's playing well enough though that when Hippo finishes, Richard will probably be on level 20 as well. I'm surprised he didn't go for the double yellow just on the bottom there to clear all the viruses out at the same time. Guess it works out the same though. He had to wait for a bunch of yellow pills that ended out anyway. And he'll be on level 19 as well. Yep, still about that 60 virus lead for Hippo. Just from looking at this though, Richard's got a really good board. I see paired up viruses everywhere. The middle of the board, it's just like a staircase of viruses. So he should have a pretty quick level here and gain some time. As Hippo having another one go a bit above 3 minutes. That one was almost 3.5 minutes there. But he's on level 20. Pretty good lead for him. Board doesn't look too bad either, and he's able to get past the top row really, really quickly. So I don't think anything's going to hold him back now. He should be able to play his way to victory. Richard not giving up though. Yeah, Hippo started out really good, and now kind of like mistakes are piling up a little bit on this late game I've been noticing. I think he's going for some kind of horizontal right now, but it still leaves some yellow pills up at the top there that he has to get rid of. Oh, if he would have used the double blue in the middle, he would have got a T, but it looks like he'll be building up for it anyways. Yeah, still come without making a mistake there, so. He's got another big red horizontal lined up in the middle there that I'm sure he's going to go for. And with only 21 viruses left and Richard still on 19, this is pretty much over. Hippo can still get a 35-minute time. Gets the right pills here to end things off. He might go for another big horizontal with the blues. Nah, I don't think so. He's just going to clear everything off as quick as he can. As we have Richard moving on to level 20 here. Down by 70 viruses now and a mistake there. Is he going to keep going with this? I think he will. Yeah, oh, no, he's going to restart now. That's unfortunate. Kind of the nail in the coffin here is Hippo's just about done here. Just these last two viruses. Oh, so close. Right over a 36 there. Almost got the 35. Good enough for him though, as he's going to be advancing on to the semifinals with a time of 36:01. Pretty close race for the most part. It was kind of a lead that developed early mid game, and then it like hovered around 50 to 60 viruses for all the end game. So I'd say they were pretty well matched towards the end. But unfortunately the lead was just a little bit too much for Richard. Still a pretty good time for him right now. Looking to probably get a 38. It was unfortunate the last death there. Let's see if he has audio on his stream and we'll switch it to his. A little bit loud and distorted, but that's alright. He seemed well composed right after that top out happened though. Sometimes you just don't get the most favorable board, and especially on like 20 and 19, if they overload that top row with many different colored viruses or a lot of the same horizontally, and then you get the color that you don't want, it's just hard to deal with. He's got himself. He's going for something in the middle. Not sure exactly. Maybe he's just like piling stuff up in the middle. I don't know. Didn't really work out too much for him. He's got so much in the middle there. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Get shut up again by the combo guy. That was really, really cool to watch. Of course, not the most time efficient, but since he already lost, I appreciate the good show there. That was really, really cool. I think he's going for something awesome again here. He knows. He's like, I'm going to give everyone a show to end on. That was cool. I'll have to talk to him about that afterward. Gonna call him the combo king for right now. That was pretty cool. It looks like he's just about to finish up here. He's gonna have a 39-minute time. 39:18. Good stuff to Richard. He played well. He won his group 3-0. Had to go up against a tough opponent of Hippo. But I think with all that he's accomplished in a short time, he's going to be really happy with how well he did in the tournament. But unfortunately for him, that's his last match, and he'll finish in a tie for 5th for the quarterfinals since there is no tiebreaker. And we'll see who else will be finishing with him as those rounds come. We'll check out the brackets as we end this broadcast off. GG's to both of them again. Get to see Challenge's updated layout, which is pretty cool. I'll probably have to fix my cropping here since the header scrolls with it. Well, we see Hippo. He wins his match against Richard. He's going to be sitting in the semifinals and play the winner of Sean Cass versus Nightmare 47. That match is going to be happening Saturday. I think around 3 or 4. I don't know. It's on the schedule. We have on the other side 2 matches that haven't been scheduled yet. I assume they'll probably happen sometime this weekend. Ness and Grimmin, the 4 and 5 seed. Ness known for playing Dr. Mario for a pretty long time, and Grimmin playing on the NES version. And then number 1 seed ACM and Cananophone. All these should be really good matches, as these guys are capable of getting 37, 36s, or in ACM's cases, 31s. But really solid players left in the tournament. Make sure you guys follow the channel and check out some more action. I would expect to see some this weekend. But that'll do it here. This Saturday, check out the schedule. The finals, we're going to have a bronze medal match between 3rd and 4th place, and then the 1st and 2nd place match. It's most likely going to be Sunday, October 16th. I'm still working with Speed Gaming to see a exact time for that, but it might all be happening on Sunday, those 2 matches back to back. As far as the semifinals go next week, that'll probably just be player preference again. But we'll let you guys know when we get information. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for the restream, dude.